What's going on, people? Today I've got a bit of a rant for y'all. I hope you're ready for it. It might piss you the fuck off, or it might make your day. It might help you to actually start seeing results with your fitness. I really hope it's the latter, but it may very well be the first one. It might piss you off. Okay. Topic today is why men over 35 stop seeing results. And really and truly, there's 5 main reasons why. Okay. The first reason is that as you age, whether you know it or not, your metabolism starts to shift. Okay, your metabolism starts to decline. Okay, and as your metabolism starts to decline, if you know what metabolism literally means the ability to eat food and not have it turn into fat. That's the most simplest fucking way that I can tell you what metabolism is. If you're finding that your metabolism has slowed from when you were in your 20s and 30s, it's completely normal. The fact is, though, is that as you continue to age, every single thing that you do needs to be focused on elevating the metabolism. Your training has to elevate your metabolism. Your nutrition needs to elevate your metabolism. You need to eat the right macronutrients in order to elevate your metabolism. And you've got to be focused primarily on getting your metabolism to the level where it was when you were 18, 20, 25. If you don't, you're going to have an infinitely harder time seeing results with your fitness than you did when you were 18 to 25. A couple quick things for metabolism. Number one, you got to eat enough protein. Okay. Enough protein means 1 gram of protein per pound of lean body mass. If you're not doing that, that is the number one most important thing that you need to track if you're a man over 35. If you're tracking calories, fucking stop. If you're not tracking, stop. Start. If you're just eating whatever you want, you need to make sure that you're eating at least 1 gram of protein per pound of lean body mass. That's the first thing that's going to help you with your metabolism. Second thing that's going to help you with your metabolism is ensuring that you're doing the right type of training. The right type of training to get your metabolism higher is high intensity training. High intensity training is the only training that will create an afterburn effect in your body and help you burn calories after the workout is done. So you want to be implementing those 2 things to raise your metabolism. The third thing that you want is to optimize your hormones. Okay, men over 35. If you haven't got blood work, if you haven't been getting blood work consistently every 3 months, you're doing yourself a massive disservice. Get the blood work every 3 months, check where your levels are at, and speak with your healthcare provider on how to optimize your hormones to get them the best possible. Your hormones are going to be one of the main things that helps your metabolism stay at a good level. If you allow your hormones to get low, if you allow your testosterone to get low, if you allow all of those things to start to deteriorate, so too does your ability to stay in shape. I want to make that very, very clear to you. So the first reason why men over 35 are not getting results, and this might be your case, is your metabolism. Second reason is cortisol. Okay? By cortisol, I mean stress. Okay, because here's the thing. Stress has its own hormone, cortisol. And when your body has high cortisol levels inside of it, it's almost like it pauses everything that you're fucking working on. It pauses your body's ability to lose fat. It pauses your body's ability to build muscle. Cortisol literally is it's kind of like pressing the pause button on your results. It's extremely bad for women. It's extremely bad for men. And the fact is that the vast majority of men over 35, because we're your fathers, you're working on your career, on your business, you're working on your investments, your finances, you're taking care of so many people, you're wearing so many different hats. Your cortisol levels are through the fucking roof. This in and of itself is one of the main reasons why you're stuck. Is when your cortisol is super high, it's near impossible to lose weight. One of the best ways to lose it or to reduce that cortisol level is through meditation. The reason why I personally love to meditate, and I meditate every single day, as many of you guys know, I'm on a 100-day meditation journey. One of the main reasons why is because after I meditate, I literally feel so much more calm. I feel so much more connected with the highest version of myself. I feel so much more grounded in my own identity and in the mindset of just being at peace with whatever comes. The vast majority of you that have high cortisol, that are stressed all the time, the reason why you're stressed all the time is because your mind is racing at a million miles a minute. You're thinking about a million different outcomes that could potentially happen in the future. You're worried about things that haven't even fucking happened yet. You're shameful or guilty about things that you did in your fucking past. There's a million reasons why you have cortisol, and they all come from not living in the present moment. I want you to think about something for a second. I want you to look at your life right now in this moment. I want you to think for one quick second. I want you to just like take a snapshot, like a photograph of your life right now. And I want you to ask yourself, is it really as bad as your thoughts make it out to fucking be? So many of you guys are living with high cortisol levels because you're worried about the future, or you're shameful or guilty about the past, which does not allow you to experience the present. And when you're not experiencing the present, of course you're going to be stressed. Of course you're going to have high cortisol. What you need to learn to do is you need to learn to become more aware in the present moment. You need to learn how to meditate, calm your thoughts, and lead your day with integral, calm clarity. That's what needs to happen. Now, these are all things, by the way, we're only on 205. These are all things that I teach to my clients inside of my Evolved Brotherhood program, okay? If you want to learn about potentially coming on board and becoming a client, getting in the best shape of your life, your training, with your nutrition, with your mindset, with your finances, your business, everything that you're doing, comment win on this post right now, and I'll reach out, see how I can help, okay? So far we've got metabolism. Reason why you're not seeing results over 35, metabolism. Cortisol is number 2. Discipline levels is number 3, okay? You'll find, or what? Let me rephrase. What I've found, working with almost 1,000 men at this point, is that as men age, their discipline in certain areas elevates, and in other areas crumbles. Okay, what does that mean? Most men over 35 have families, have full-on careers or businesses that they're working on, are working on their saving for retirement or their investments for retirement, are working on taking care of their aging parents, are working on taking care of their siblings, or just shouldering the world on their fucking backs. And what happens is you start to prioritize the things in your life that you think are more important than other things. So your family. Most of you will say, hey, that's my most important thing. Second thing is career. Most of you will say that's the second most important thing in my life. Remember, we're not talking about spirituality. We're not talking about religion. We're not talking about God. Okay? We're just leaving that off the table for right now. I'm talking about tangibles right now. Family, career. And then a distant third, usually for you guys, is your health. I want you to understand something. The way you do one thing in life is the way you do everything. So if you're disciplined with your family, if you're disciplined with your career, but you're not disciplined with your health, if you became disciplined with your health, you would systematically become more disciplined with your family and more disciplined with your career, which would ultimately yield you better results with your relationships in your family and better relationships with your fucking career. Everything is linked. So the fact that you allow yourself to be disciplined in a few areas and then not disciplined in other areas is literally eating away at your ability to be successful in all areas. The highest caliber men in the world, the men that we all look up to for motivation, for strength, the guys that we look at and are like, holy fuck, like, how does he do it all? The men that are truly the men that we want to embody and be like, the Tony Robbinses of the world, right? The fucking Grant Cardones of the world, right? Like the guys that we look up to, those guys are all integrally disciplined in each area. They don't allow certain areas to fall to the back burner because other areas are more important. Your level of discipline in all areas is going to help you achieve everything that you want in every area. So you've got to systematically raise that discipline level. The fourth thing, why men stop seeing results, fourth reason why, is because of their nutrition. Okay? Now, whether it's work dinners, whether it's travel, whether it's needing to feed your kids and your kids only like fucking dino chicken nuggets, whatever the case is, your nutrition is 80% of your results. If you are unable to stick to a nutrition plan and hit the right macronutrients to keep yourself dialed in and keep your physique and get your physique looking better, you can train 2 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you will never get to where you want to go. You used to be able to when you were 20, when you were 25. Not fucking now, bro. The reason why is because, again, your metabolism has changed. Your body has changed. Your hormones have changed. Everything about you is shifting. So the nutrition is actually the most important part. What you used to be able to do in your 20s is now no longer going to slide. So you have to have a different level of discipline. You have to have a different level when it comes to your nutrition if you want to see results. Okay? The fifth reason why men over 35 stop seeing results with their fitness is because they lack accountability, right? If you remember, I want you to think back to a time in your life when you had a gym partner, or think back to a time in your life when you were on a sports team, right? How much easier was it for you to stay in shape? How much easier was it for you to stay on top of your fucking training? How much easier was it for you to show up to the gym when you knew your gym partner was there? How much easier was it for you to lift heavy weights when you knew you had a fucking spotter because the spotter was on your football team and you didn't want to look like a pussy? How much easier was it? It was way easier. Here's the thing men don't understand. Most men think that when the sports years end and when the gym partner years end, because usually the gym partner years are maybe in your 30s, maybe, 40 plus is harder to find, 50 plus is even harder to find, 60 plus, a lot of people give up by that point, right? So regardless what your age is, it was so easy back then to do that because you had other masculine, you had another man's masculine excellence motivating you to be better. That's really what it comes down to. The second reason is because when men have a common desired goal and a common focus, like on a sports team, it's much easier to dig deep and push because you're working towards a common goal. Most men over 35 are now missing that because their peers, their family members, their friends are not necessarily fit. You need masculine brotherhood in your life to push you to become a better version of yourself. When you were the fittest, I guarantee you it was when you were on a sports team. I guarantee you it was when you were working with a gym partner, or when you had a personal trainer, or when you went to Gold's Gym and you had all your friends there, all your colleagues there, or when you worked out at a gym in your building and the corporate office was right above. Like, that's when you were in the best shape of your life because you had masculine brotherhood, masculine men that exuded excellence to push you to become the best version of yourself. This is the exact reason why I've built my program the way that it's built. My program is a brotherhood. It is designed for men to come together. It's designed for them to connect with each other spiritually, mentally, physically, on an emotional level. It's designed for men to truly see fucking eye to eye, be honest with one another, set a common target, which is to be the best version of ourselves when it comes to our fitness, our mindset, our spirituality, everything we're doing, and then take action and solve that problem. Take action, become the best version of yourself. That's why my program is built the way that it is. Now, real quick, before I continue with the last thing I want to fucking say, if you comment win on this live stream right now, if any of this stuff resonates with you, or if you're watching this YouTube video, you can send me a message with the word win, whatever. Comment win, and I will literally reach out to you right after this, see how I can help you, see if there's anything that I can help you implement to take your fitness, your mindset, your training, nutrition, your discipline levels, your ability to meditate, anything that you're doing to the next level. Comment win on this live stream, and I'll help you get there. Okay? But here's the deal. I'm going to do a quick recap for you guys. Why men over 35 stop seeing results? Number one is because of metabolism, because your metabolism is changing. Number two is because your cortisol levels are way too high. They're through the roof. Okay? You've got to bring them down. If you don't bring them down, it's like pressing pause on your results, dude. The second reason is because you're undisciplined. You're not as disciplined as you were. You need that masculine brotherhood. You need that support. Fourth reason is because your nutrition is terrible. You're not on track. 80% of your results are nutrition. You can't just do what you did in your 20s and expect to get great results by working out and muscling through it. It doesn't work that way. And number 5 is accountability. Having a common goal that you share with your fellow man creating masculine excellence, and embodying it. That's why men over 35 have a hard time getting in shape. Okay, now for all of you guys watching, I appreciate all of you. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to smash that subscribe button. If you're watching this on Instagram, make sure to hit that follow button. Send me a message. If you guys have any questions about this, I'm here for you 100%. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.